That's huge for me, guys. That's huge. It's huge that for me, where I am mentally and emotionally, like this is a good space to go into 2019, focusing on. Thanks for clicking on Simply Tanika. I am Tanika. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Let's hang out a while. If you are returning, welcome back. What's up, fertility fam? We gotta do what? Let's get those babies, ladies. Drops fall and the beauty of it all. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass upon us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hey fam, how you doing? All right, 2018, dare I say, was a hell of a year. We set goals. Top level goals, pretty straightforward. Lose weight, improve egg quality, get pregnant. We had a vision board, all those amazing things. One of the goals was to get pregnant in 2018, and that happened. Unfortunately, 2019 was off to a rough start, and that pregnancy was not sustainable. So here we are, new year. Same old me. I am first gonna find my glasses. I'm over at Blues in case you're wondering. Here we go. Here are my glasses. Hopefully I'm not too dark in this. Let me sit closer. So I did some 2019 goals, and the idea this year was, instead of having them very specific, last year I did the SMART goals, I wanted to have broader goals because I don't know exactly what I want at the end, like as measurable things, but I know what I want to feel at the end of the year. So I based my goals on that, and I have 4 things that are my goals for 2019. They are forgiveness, intention, I'm reading backward, prosperity, forgiveness, intention, prosperity, and joy. 4 goals, very simple. I want to talk through what the root cause, I wrote some notes down here, kind of what my root cause for wanting those things, and I'll insert writing these down so you guys can kind of see what my thought process was. I'll insert those here. But basically those 4 things are what I want to work on. So forgiveness. The action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. So that includes ourselves in there, right? Part of it is I want to forgive myself. And part of the Lord's Prayer is forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass upon us. And I think that is as we forgive those who trespass upon our spirits, our souls, our hearts, in whatever way they are trespassing. Forgive us. We're asking God to forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass upon us. So I want to have forgiveness as the forefront of my goals for the year. There are a lot of people in my life who I need to forgive, starting with my father. And I'll put a separate video about my issues with my father together. It's too long to go into here, but I need to forgive him so that I can move on. There's a quote from Carrie Fisher, and I'm probably going to misquote it, but it's saying resentment is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. And so I want to get rid of all the resentment so that I can just move on to my fourth goal, which is joy. So I can just experience pure joy. So I've got to figure out forgiveness. So that's one of my main goals. So I looked up psychology today, and it's a genuine compassion. This is their description of forgiveness. Genuine compassion for those who have wronged us. Moving on from the past instead of allowing bitterness and anger to perturb our emotional well-being.
And Lord knows, I do not need my emotional well-being perturbed.
Just forgive. Stop being angry and resentful towards someone, yourself, or another for an offense, wrongdoing, or I can't read my handwriting. But basically, if there's something we're holding on to, something that I am angry about, something that I've not been able to move on from, I need to figure out how to forgive that person or myself so that I can move on and so that I can get to that place of joy. My second one was intention. Intention means a thing intended, an aim or plan. Lord knows I'm a woman of intention. I'm a woman of aim and a plan. So I want to have my actions, my words be in alignment. And for me, that's what I mean by intention for 2019. I always have a plan, but I want to be focused on not what if, but what is. And it's kind of like Yoda, right? Try, only do. I want to do what it is that my heart desires and not talk about it and not just, I want to take hope to the next level, if that makes sense. So prosperity. The state of being prosperous, and prosperous is bringing wealth and success. So I feel like I've had a lot of prosperity in my life. I'm putting it as a goal because I would like to continue, and I would like to find prosperity in a different way. I think I've had a lot of prosperity in corporate America. I'd like to have prosperity in my personal life, in my YouTube life. I'd like to YouTube more, be a bigger YouTuber. I don't know how you quantify that. I think it helps feed like my creative needs and my creative desires. So I definitely want to figure out a way to be prosperous with my creativity. And then my last one, joy, a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. So I want to experience pure joy. I feel like I spent so much time in 2018 kind of planning and hoping, and there were a lot of unknowns, and my happiness and joy was kind of contingent on the outcome of those unknowns, like being pregnant or losing weight. And it may or may not happen. The things that I definitely want to happen, I will speak with intention. I will not guard my heart and say, if it happens, if it doesn't happen, should it happen? Like, I want to be a mom again. That's my intention. And so I have to figure out what it is that I need to do to get to that end goal and not speak in guarded language, or you guys know, I think a lot of you guys have said this about like where you want to protect your heart and you want to not get hurt. I tried that in 2018 and it didn't help. It didn't work for me. And so if it works for you guys, no judgment from me, but it didn't work for me. So I have to speak with intention, live with intention. And if there's something I want, I have to speak that into existence and say that I want it. If I don't get it, I have to deal with it when I get there. But I'm not going to guard myself and use words that indicate that it might not happen. It's always a possibility that it might not happen, which is why these are goals, right? If everything was absolutely meant to happen, it wouldn't be a goal. So this is what I'm striving for. So I'm going to speak with intention, live with intention for the things that I want. And I think, yeah, that is just going to be a huge difference for me as a planner who is always like worried about risk and how to mitigate those risks and what might happen and guarding myself. And I tried hard, deeply, passionately to protect myself. And it doesn't matter. Like when you don't get what you want, it doesn't matter how much you've protected your heart or guarded yourself. Like all bets are off. Your heart knows your desires and your heart knows you didn't get your desires. And so there is no protection from that, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to speak with intention. I'm going to speak with intention. How I get there, I don't know. That's kind of the part of the intention of the planning for it. And it's just like the beginning of February. So I'm not prepared to have a plan yet, but I know what my heart's desires are, and I want to speak with intention about my heart's desires, and then I will come up with a more formalized plan. I'm going to do a vision board, so I'll put all of that there. But I think the main thing for me too is to not have my goals this year so rigid and so structured. It felt good last year to have a checkbox and say I got this done, I got that done. I'm not gonna lie, it felt amazing to have that. And then lose weight. I've been killing it in this category. I haven't lost weight per se, but I've lost body fat, and so that is exciting, and I've lost inches, and I'm waiting for that fat whoosh. Have you guys heard of that? I think this year it's going to be a little more fluid, and so we'll check back in, but it's not going to be like a weekly check-in with these goals. Yeah. Oh, I saw this too on the board, intention. The medical term for it is a healing process of a wound. Can you see that? Here we go. Healing process of a wound with intention. So I feel like I have a lot of emotional wounds that I want to heal, and moving, speaking, thinking with intention, having full intention is going to help me heal those wounds, those psychological and emotional wounds that I've encountered. And you'll notice there are no TTC goals on my 2019 board. I think I was so focused on TTC last year, or GTC, going to conceive, and I got there, but I have to consider at what cost. Like, definitely emotionally, I was spent by the end of the year, and I don't know, actually I do know, I know that that was not the healthiest approach to take. And I'm in my closet. I feel like I want to sit on the floor and cry. Sis, I found the test. I'm about to jump a hurdle because I feel like it's one more hurdle. I just don't know if it's going to be my last hurdle or not. If I clear this hurdle, there are more, but I'm willing to go through those more. We'll see. Oh my God. We're not out of the woods yet. It is faint, but they said on there, no matter what color or no matter how dark. Oh my God, Applejack is still with me. So I want to go about it in a different way this year. My heart desires to be a mom again. I want to have that at the forefront of my being. I'm not going to be so overly structured that every week, every day is about going to conceive. I'm going to take care of my whole self as a human being, because I have to be in good shape to be a good mom, right? To be a good person. And so I want to focus on that, and I want to focus on what brings me joy. And I saw this, you guys are probably seeing it, I'm like a day late and $1 short, but Marie Kondo, I think it is, KonMari method, sparks of joy about tidying. So now I started my room, but I'm going to do the whole house. I'm going to do the whole house with that method and figure out like how to do sparks of joy. I'll probably put some of it here on the vlog and you guys will see it. But if you haven't, like, just Google her, I think it's Marie Kondo. I'll put it here. So you guys, but yeah, sparks of joy and just little things of like, if it doesn't bring you joy, get it out of your life. And so that I'm going to do that and figure out what brings me joy. And I really just want to do an assessment of what is bringing me joy, what does joy look like, what doesn't bring me joy, so that I can get rid of it. I think I've been good about people who don't bring me joy getting rid of it, but I haven't been good about forgiveness. And so I've held on to that resentment. I've taken that poison and expected the other person to die. So I think holistically, this will help me clear out old baggage, both physical stuff like material things like clothing, but people wise as well. And I don't know if you guys have heard that expression, people come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. We're not meant to hang on to everybody all the time for always. And so we have to figure out if they're there for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And I think I've done a good job of figuring out some people who weren't meant to be in my life, but I haven't done a good job of kind of clearing the air when they leave. You know, if you take out the trash and there's like a stain on the floor and there's odor, I've gotten rid of the trash, but I haven't cleaned up all the other baggage. That's mostly I'm carrying around and it's affecting me. It's not affecting the other person because they've moved on with their life. And so that's why like the forgiveness part is important. The forgiveness is tied to the joy. If I don't move through forgiveness, I can't get to the joy. And so, yeah, I think those are those 4 things are like clear for me of what I need to do as I move through 2019. And it feels lighter. I don't know, it's just a different headspace than last year when I was like, and I think I didn't even do my goals last year until the end of the year, middle of the year, right before I started IVF. So this I have throughout the year. I may refine it. That's a good thing about goals, is you can always do check-ins and update them and change them. But I think for me, where I am mentally and emotionally, like, this is a good space to go into 2019, focusing on forgiveness, intention, prosperity, and joy. How do I bring those things into my life? How do I incorporate that? How do I embody those 4 qualities and make them a part of my regular life? So yeah, that's huge for me, guys. That's huge. It's huge that even though I included intention and intentions about aim and planning, that I didn't come up with a hardcore plan of like checklists and specific things to do. I think I'm just going to let my being lead me through. That's huge for me. So yay, 2019 goals on the board. Let me know, have you guys done your goals? I know some of you guys were doing resolutions. Some of you have shared those with me. I think a lot of you have had much more detailed goals than I have had. Again, I just have to like switch it up from last year. And so this is where I am and where I'm starting and what's going on. And if you're wondering about this full face beat that I have, I did my Valentine video for the other channel today. So hopefully it's up by now if you guys want to go and check it out. I did a couple of boudoir shots, blue shot those for me over here, and just had some fun. You guys have already seen the outfits, but it just kind of like, it gives you the feeling of a romantic Valentine's Day at home. So yeah, that's why I've got my eyelashes on and my red lips on. But yeah, so I got my goals done. I'm excited about that. I'm going to cut out things and work on my vision board. So I'll share that with you guys shortly. I hope you are working on your vision board. If you are new here and you didn't see my vision board last year, I will include that. I'll link it over here so you can see what that looks like. Also, 2019, the Dex, she has done her vision board. If you guys are not familiar with that channel, I'll link that channel here. But she just recently did a vision board. I love vision boards. I think they're so awesome and amazing and just help kind of like solidify what's going on in your mind and gets it all down on paper. And she's totally motivated me to get started on my own, so I'll do that. But yeah, you guys should definitely check out that channel and check out her video on vision boards. And I am excited to share my vision board with you soon. All right, fam, that's it. Are you writing your goals down? How are you keeping track? How are you checking in with yourself to see if you still feel like doing those goals? What's your plan for that? Let me know down below. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Baby does to us all.